welcome back to a new episode. I'm getting the car, I'm going to put it over this side of the garage, but what I want to do first of all is show you what products I use. So what my compressor is, what gun I'm using, what base I'm using and what clear I'm using. So let's not talk further, let's get into it. Right, so here we have all my stuff. So these PPS pots, so my base is good in there and I can just pop it back on my pot, on my gun should I say, and it's good to go again. Clear coat, it just hardens off in there and then I can just throw it in bin. They're really easy. Don't have to clean a massive pot, so you know, they're just disposable ones. So I've got colour, British Racing Green, and it's Genrock base coat. Do you know what, it's quite nice to put on that. I enjoy using that. I've not used base coat for what, 20 years, solvent should I say. So I've used water base, you know, since 1999, and then I had a stint of using solvent base coat for about 6 months in 2006 to 7, but other than that I've never used it since pre-99. And then this is the clear coat, so it's Exalta Cyrox, and there's a clear coat 2-to-1, so that's 2-to-1, that's 2-to-1. Right, so the guns that I've been using, these are my guns that I use daily, and I brought them home with me because I thought I was going to use them. So that's got a 1.2 tip in it with a base coat tip, that's got a 1.2 tip in it with a clear coat tip in it, but I don't really want to damage those here because cleaning guns here is quite difficult. So if I damage those, there's like just shy of 1200 quid there with those two guns, and it's a little bit too much to damage them or anything like that, so I won't be using those. This is the gun that I've using, so I've had this since 2013, and it's a DeVilbiss Pro Light Spraylian. It's got a 1.3 fluid tip in it and what are we looking at, a TE10. Now I know that you can get a different cap to spray clear coat, but I just spray base and clear through it. You know, it doesn't really make a difference. That one does. So if you're using base coat with that, with a base coat gun, the C2 cap, which is in that one, they do a C1 cap and they do a C2 cap. C2 cap, absolutely fantastic for spraying through. And that's the old school, so that's a limited edition old school. That's a limited edition Spraylian, and that's just a standard gun. Right, let's go and look at my compressor. Right, this is my compressor. Now I've put it in here, it's not in the garage anymore, it used to be in the garage, so that's the old compressor. That's knackered that, but possibly the tank could be saved. I don't know. But this is my compressor now. I got it at Machine Mart. And that's all the information on it. Now that's really good. It's a lot quieter than the direct drive, so that's a direct drive one, that's a belt drive one, and the noise is, I'm not going to say it's quiet, but it's a lot quieter than the other one. So that's my setup, and then that runs all the way into the garage, so that when I'm in the garage painting, I don't have to wear my earphones all the time, which is fantastic. Right, just a quick recap. So there's your solvent base coat and there's your solvent base coat thinner. I've got a fast one so it'll dry quick, and like I said, I don't use a pot, I use a PPS liner. So there's my mix. It's also got a filter on it, so I don't need to filter it. So this is all I need. What you see here is what I need. So gun, PPS, I don't need filters, I don't need separate pots to mix it up in. It's all here. So I'm 2-to-1, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to the 3, and then I'm going to go up to the 3, and then with the clear I'm probably going to go up to the 3 and up to the 3, because that's a 2-to-1 mix as well. So I'm not going to mix it while I'm here, because it's hard work holding the camera and pouring at the same time, but you catch my drift. So 2 parts to 1 part, base coat and clear. Just a word of warning as well, make sure you get plenty of paint if you're going to respray a car. All the outside needs to be in the same mix. If you don't, and you order more and a different person mixes it up, or they mix it up and put, you know, it's not dead on what they did this one, then you can have differences in colour. So make sure you get enough base coat. That's why I've got it. I got 4 litre. Whether I use 4 litre or not doesn't really matter. I need to paint all the outside panels with this. I do have another litre pot from when I was doing my Raptor, and I've still got that, and I'm going to paint the back of the boot lid, and I'm going to paint the back of the bonnet with it. Okay, just to make sure you get enough base coat. Even if you don't use it all, it doesn't matter. Use all that paint for the car, especially the outside panels when you're painting them as well. So I've got to mask that up yet, and I'm leaving it because it's still a bit soft. It's not soft that I can't put any tape on, but if you put tape on it, you can mark it, the tape marks. So obviously my door's not on, so when I paint the door separately, I can have a different, it can look different. So make sure that whatever you put on this quartz panel or that A panel, you put on the door. So mine is like a little drift coat, little dust coat on it. I dry it, I put 2 single coats on, then I give it a drop coat. You can either call it a drop coat or a control coat, whatever the word is for it that you want to use for it. So the control coat is for the actual shade. So if you just give it 2 coats and don't give it a control coat, that's not the actual colour. The control coat gives it the colour. So when you come to match it with your spray out card, say you've done a spray out card and you go into a different car and you've done a control coat on it, that is the colour that is the you know, that's how it's made in the factory, to have a control coat on it. I don't know, I'm not right good at explaining things, but hopefully you understand what I mean. So every metallic needs a control coat on it for the final thing, so that is the colour. That is British Racing Green, let's just use that as a guideline. So that has a control coat on it. So that one does, the front end does, round the corner. The solid colour on the top, don't need to give that a control coat. The black sunroof, don't need to give that a control coat. But the metallics needs a control coat. You can call it a control coat, you can call it a drop coat, whatever you know it as. Different people call it different things. Right, so we've painted the quarter panel and air post. There's quite a lot of dirt in this around here. Quite a lot of dirt right at the top bit. But you know, I don't want perfection, and I don't want it to look like I've painted in an oven. So the dirt is easily flattened and polished. So I bought myself a polisher, a little tiny one, and when that's flat, when that's dry, when it's cured out, I'll flat and polish it. It's not a concourse car. I just want to be able to drive it and no rust, and have a half decent paint job on it, because that's the whole point of it. It's on a budget. I cannot afford to send it to a body shop, so this is what I've got to deal with, and I'm quite happy with that. So I'll let you have a look at it. The finish is nice, the finish is there, it's just got a lot of dirt up here, you can see it. So let me show it you. So you'll be able to see it through camera. It's not as clean as the back panel, so you can see the bit there. Sometimes when you get it in the light it goes, you can probably see it there. Standing back here you can hardly see any of it, so you know, it doesn't look too bad. I've got to unmask that now because that's still curing out, so I need to get that sheeting off it. We've got it in the garage here now, so I've got the heater on really low, and it's a nice warm day, so we've got it at 26 degrees. And down here there's quite a bit of dirt there. You can just see it. Oh, it looks really nice. You know, I think anybody would be happy with that. Right, I'm just going to unmask that and we're done. Well, I'm going to finish now and unmask that, and I'm done in here today, and then I won't be able to come in while we're weak now. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.